What's up, guys? Welcome back. Today I want to talk a little bit about health anxiety, actually a lot about health anxiety, why it's tough, why is it so hard to overcome, why is it that you get so close and then you completely relapse. All right, we're going to talk about that, but you know what time it is. Smash the like button down below if you're ready to kick anxiety in the butt. Let me know down in the comment section your health anxiety struggles if you have that, and again, hit the like button so we can get this out to more people, spread the awareness. I just think it's very, very important to be aware of the traps, to be aware how difficult it is so you stay on your A game. Health anxiety, it was the last thing for me to go. Like, I was able to even defeat panic disorder, where I was having 3 to 5 panic attacks a day before I was able to defeat my health anxiety. It just drug out. I would go from one disease scare to another. And that's where I'm gonna really start. With your health anxiety, you're fearing either one or multiple diseases. You go through this process where you go to the doctor, you get your testing, you get your reassurance. You still have the symptoms, so it makes you, question the doctors or the diagnosis or the testing. You go through that for a while, maybe eventually you see a specialist, and then finally you come around and you accept that it is anxiety. All right, and you don't have that intense fear of the symptoms being more of something like a disease or something, or illness or sickness. And then what happens? Maybe you have a good period for a little bit, and then you get a new set of symptoms. Or maybe something actually does happen, and you get like a minor cold or something, and then you assume it's like, corona, or you get some chest soreness or stiffness from working out, and then you start thinking that you have a heart issue, right? We overreact to these symptoms. So that's one big thing that you have to work on, your reaction to symptoms, whether they are caused by anxiety or just regular symptoms that happen during our life. You know what I mean? And I always tell people, whenever I was doing my coaching thing, I would tell people, like, look, what's gonna happen when you actually get a severe cold in the future? Is it gonna throw you fully back into health anxiety again? So it really does come down to your initial reaction to symptoms. So that's something long-term you have to work on. So instead of your health anxiety going dormant, you can finally put the nail in the coffin on your health anxiety like I have. I have things that pop up in my life. I have symptoms that'll pop up that are just real life things. I don't react to them like I did whenever I had my health anxiety. Right? I don't jump the gun. I don't jump on Google and start researching. So if you're Googling, stop. I don't obsess. I don't catastrophize. I don't assume the worst. I don't react in fear. I'm just like, that's weird, or it's uncomfortable. If it keeps up, we'll go see a doctor. And that's how I keep myself safe. All right? So changing how you react to symptoms is going to be crucial. All right? Also, understanding that symptoms do change. If your health anxiety started because of this, this, and this, you have these root causes, and you don't fix those, but you get over, let's say, your cardiophobia, right? Fearing heart problems or heart attacks, your symptoms are just gonna change. Your subconscious is still upset, it's still broken, and it needs guidance from you, so it's gonna send you these symptoms as messages to get you to get things in order. So if the cardiophobia symptoms, the chest pain, the fast heart rate, if that didn't scare you enough and you didn't learn anything or fix the root causes of what started that, then you could start getting some stomach problems, right? Or you can get back pain. And then what happens? We just got over our cardiophobia. Now we're worried about MS or ALS, or we're worried about cancer. And that was my life with health anxiety for 5 years. Cardiophobia for 2.5 years. Finally exercised, gave myself a stress test, and that's what finally did it for me. I cut off the external reassurance and just went on solely internal reassurance with my cardiophobia. Finally, I decided I didn't need any more testing, and I exercised. I was like, oh my God, if that was a heart attack, I would have died, right? Which it was a panic attack, but I needed that. So finally I was like, I'm done with this. I'm done with health anxiety. I was good for a couple weeks, still had some symptoms, but I didn't fear them, right? And I was like, oh man, I'm about to recover. This is gonna be great. Bam, got hit with stomach pain. And guess what? I researched, now I think I have colon cancer, right? Or stomach cancer or something going on down there. So I dealt with that. Then I went to throat cancer. Then I went to brain cancer. And then I had 1.5 years of a lymphoma thing, that phase that I was going through at the end of my health anxiety. So you see, you just go through these different scares. So the problem is like you're reacting to these symptoms either when they change or when something real happens in a negative, fearful way. A lot of you jump to Google and it sets off this spiraling thing again. So don't go to Google each time you have new symptoms. Go to a doctor if they persist, all right? So you're dealing with that. And then a lot of you have a new awakened fear of death and dying. I have a video specifically on that. Just look up Trey Jones, fear of death. I'm not gonna spend the whole time talking about it, but you do have to conquer your fear of death, disease, dying, or at least try to manage it better to have any hope of overcoming health anxiety, because many of you didn't fear that stuff before. But now that you had symptoms, you self-diagnosed, you in your mind thought you were actually going to die. You have this intense burning fear in you that you didn't have before. You have to work on managing that. There's other things, you know, we get caught up in this vicious cycle. Think about health anxiety. If I have something like social anxiety, don't act like I'm trying to downplay social anxiety, and I get some chest pain, I'm not worried that I'm about to have a heart attack, you know? So the symptoms are uncomfortable, it still sucks, but I don't think my symptoms are the result of a disease that's gonna kill me, right? But with health anxiety, if I have chest pain, you know, now I'm thinking that I'm having a heart attack. So it's very, very hard to work on what causes the symptoms when you become extremely symptom focused. And people with health anxiety, hypochondriacs, we are extremely symptom focused, all right? So that's another reason that it's difficult. So you have a lot of different things happening, right? You gotta go from being super symptom focused to fixing anxiety from the inside out. Why did this start? Why did it begin? You know? Look to the prior weeks, months, or even years leading up to your first panic attack or whenever your symptoms first started acting up. You gotta get down to the root causes, guys. You gotta fix those, right? Or the messages will change, the symptoms will change. You get over this disease, if you didn't fix yourself, you're gonna get new symptoms, right? And it happens, think about it. How many times have you feared a disease, you got past it, you finally accepted, now you have different symptoms. You gotta fix the root causes. You gotta stop reacting in a fearful way when your symptoms change. You gotta stop jumping to Google the minute you have a new symptom. You can't handle Google whenever you have an anxiety disorder. You have a problem with catastrophizing. You have a problem with assuming the worst. Why is this time gonna be different? Get away from Google. Stop checking your vitals, all right? Stop clinging on to external reassurance. Start developing a good inner voice, an inner dialogue, right? Tell yourself that you're okay and that you're healthy and start practicing that. You have to practice. It may not be natural at first. It's not gonna be natural for you to not jump to Google when you have a new symptom. It's not gonna be natural for you to stop checking your pulse whenever you feel your heart rate go up, right? Because you've been doing it for so freaking long. But that's where it starts. But guys, if you're going through health anxiety, I love you, okay? I really do love you and I feel you because I dealt with that for 5 years. It is possible to recover. Don't listen to the people that are telling you, well, you're gonna probably deal with this for the rest of your life. You're gonna manage it. Here, do this, take this, do that. You can recover. It's not easy, it's hard. That last 10, 15% of recovery, guys, it's everything, okay? Stop reacting to symptoms in a fearful, negative way. That's one of the biggest things to take from this. Work on your fear of death and dying and disease that you have that you didn't have before, and get down to the root causes. Stop the vitals, the checking, the Googling, clinging on to external reassurance. Start trying to put your faith and trust into the doctors, okay? Even though I know sometimes that's hard as well. All this has to come together. But guys, I hope you got value out of this. If you watched this far, thank you so freaking much. I want you to go down to the comment section and I want you to put, in all caps, I will defeat health anxiety. I will defeat health anxiety, okay? If you're new here, please subscribe, okay? Please subscribe, tons of help videos. And if you want some extra help with your health anxiety, my step-by-step blueprint recovery course, Elite Anxiety Bootcamp, is down below in the description. Please do that. If you follow that step-by-step, you will improve, okay? You will improve, all right? So try that out. Also, if you haven't tried therapy, I'm putting a link for online therapy down below. Get started with that. You can do it on the phone, the laptop, your tablet. You don't even have to leave the house, so there's really no excuse. You can finally do therapy if you haven't tried it. I love you guys, and until next time, keep fighting.